Hey everyone, welcome back once again to the UGH podcast. This is episode 17. This one is a little bit more different to some of the podcast episodes we've done in the past, a little bit more lighthearted. In this one, we have 9 stories from the Am I the Asshole subreddit, and we just discuss and debate, is a person actually an asshole? Are they in the right or the wrong? What we would have done differently, or what we, would have also done in their situation based on, our own moral compasses. So a really fun episode to do. Thanks to Jimma and Ziad for being special guests and participating in this episode. Let us know below in the comments, if you agree or disagree with our takes, what you would have done differently. Make sure you follow our social media to interact with us there as well. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the episode and have a great day. See ya.
What a fucking bozo.
Hey yo!
Hey, yo. Welcome back. You guys might be wondering, why the fuck is he holding a drumstick? It's our mic today because we have 2 special guests that you guys have seen before already. Say hi, guys.
What's good? What's up?
Oh, hey. Hello. It's Top G.
It's Jimma, the professional raw doctor, and Ziad, Hamon. So welcome back to the EGH podcast. Today we have something a little bit more like lighthearted for you guys because I think the last couple episodes have just been kind of heavy. So we want to do something to switch it up. It's so funny because you guys always come on when we do like a lighthearted episode.
Yeah, which is good.
It helps lighten the mood, bro.
Okay. Next time.
Talk about the feels.
Anyways, we're gonna be talking about. So I think it was a couple weeks ago or a couple sessions ago we were talking about Am I the Asshole Reddit posts because we were just kind of scrolling on Twitter and Instagram and stuff after we wait for our McDonald's and stuff. So today we have a couple stories that I am going to kind of summarize and read, and we're going to discuss if they're the asshole or not in our perspectives. You might not all agree with us. We might not all agree with each other, but it's peace and love, and it's all fun.
Yeah, we'll just suck each other up after this session.
Exactly, because everyone's an asshole at one point.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. So we are going to start with story number 1. This was one of the first ones we saw, and we were like, "Yo, this is fucked up."
It's so fucked up.
It's so fucked up.
Oh no.
All right, so here we go. Am I the asshole for despising my mentally handicapped sister? OP starts with, the title makes me sound horrible, but hear me out. My sister is...
Okay, all right. Let's hear about it.
At least you said it.
My sister is severely autistic. She requires attention almost 24/7 and cannot be left alone. She is nonverbal and cannot take care of herself at all, despite the fact that she's only 12, and she's extremely destructive and violent and destroys anything that she can get her hands on. I hate her. That should be wrong to say, but it doesn't feel like it. I was only 6 years old when she was born, and since then I've never solely had my parents' attention. Even since I can remember, the world has revolved around her. I moved out of my room into the basement at 7 because she simply needed to be in the room next to my parents. All of my toys as a child were destroyed by her, and my parents simply ignored me when I complained. Even when I was 14, she destroyed a Mac my school gave me when I was in the wrong. Along with this, I was expected to take care of her and drop everything I do for her. I can never make plans with my friends because my parents expect me to be there when they need me and to take care of her. Even when I do somehow get time for myself, I'm required to leave when they need me. If I do not, then I'm punished. The recent example of this is when I went to go see the new Spider-Man movie and was grounded because I turned my phone off in the theater.
Oh shit.
It seems as if I'm nothing more than a slave to them, and anything involving her simply overshadows me. Last week I was chosen to give a speech at a school event, and I was so excited that my parents promised to be there, but they never showed and claimed it was because of my sister. Anytime anything like this happens for me, they are busy with her. I've held this in for so long, and it finally spilled out today. While talking about colleges with my dad, he joked that I should get a degree that pays well, so when they're gone, I can take care of my sister. I don't know why, but this caused me to break down. I cried and screamed about how it's always about her and I'm nothing more than a caretaker to them, and that they always make it about her and I'm expected to be your slave, quote unquote, to be for the rest of my life. I've locked myself in the room since then and my parents have not come to check on me. Am I the asshole here?
That person was basically forced to be a social worker at a fucking young age. You know, when you're like at that age, like if you ever get into those like when you're taking care of the elderly or mental or whatever, any kind of like rehabilitation, reincarnation, whatever kind of shit, like none of them like that job. That job is shit. It's fucking shit. So honestly, like, I think his feelings are pretty valid. I don't know.
You gotta love, like, especially like on the topic of social work, you gotta love social work.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
But like they didn't choose to be a social worker.
They didn't. Like they essentially had to grow into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts?
How old is OP?
OP doesn't say. I'm assuming that she's like around high school.
Okay, because
like,
they're
about to
talking about
graduate
like
high school.
degree. I would say like props on her for not like breaking down sooner, because that's like what 10 years of your life that you're just constantly.
Yeah,
I mean, it is family, and like I appreciate like how she just like takes care of.
Yeah, she like sucked it out for so long.
But like she never got any attention. Like she always came second to her sister, right? Yeah. So I would say like not the asshole.
Yeah, not the asshole.
Yeah.
Any devil's advocate? Do you hate women? No,
honestly,
your piece, Jimma.
Honestly, the parents are the asshole, man, in this situation.
Yeah,
If anything,
the
parents are the most of the
for
asshole.
me, like reading the title, I thought it was gonna be something against her sister.
Yeah,
but it turned out being something against
like
parents.
The only reason why like the families are already like so messed up is because of the parents.
Yeah,
the parents fucked up. The parents literally fucked up the relationship between the brother. Oh no, sorry, was it the sister?
The sister.
Yeah, sister and sister. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's the sister's fault. Like,
I don't think it's her fault.
I think she like genuinely.
I think she like her feelings are valid for what it is.
Like
for what it is.
Like, yo, like if I'm.
Like it makes sense.
If my sister is acting like that, like say like my sister's autistic and acting like that, I think I would be very frustrated too. Like from a very young age, if I had to take care of her like that, and my parents just didn't care. I think the parents are 100% in the wrong here. Like I don't think it's the sister's fault for being autistic. Like I think the OP
it's a choice. No,
like the OP kind of framed it in a way that like she hates her sister for just being like mentally.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah,
but it's more a story about like how the parents just don't help her out, or like rather the parents just don't understand that her life is her own life. You know?
Yeah, just treating her like a used cum rag, like.
Yeah, bro.
For real. No, yeah, it's
like,
no, it's a great way of putting it.
I would say as well, like if we had the context on how well this family, like financial situation of this family, maybe if they're well off, they can afford an actual social worker,
like a nanny or some shit.
I mean, does it sound like they're well off if they're asking him to like maybe you can get a job, become a caretaker for your like sister? That's what they said.
Yeah.
That's what like they're joking about. So.
I think because one of the whole arguments of like, do you owe your parents or like just like your parents, you didn't choose to be born kind of argument shit or whatever. So it's like, I don't know. As a parent, it's like I don't know. It's a lot to ask for a kid to raise your sister.
Yeah,
it's like not to say, like if you have a kid, like you can't really expect the kids to raise each other. You have to partake as a parent, right? Yeah. But then again, that's coming from a child who doesn't have any kids, right? So
that's true.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's also not fair because the OP is also growing up herself, right?
Yeah.
She's going through her own struggles already.
Yeah.
If I was that girl, I would not want to have kids. Like, fuck that.
Yeah. I would be so traumatized, bro.
Fuck them kids. Fuck them kids.
Do you guys want to know like the update, like what happened after?
Yeah, of course. What happened? Did she kill her?
Hey yo!
Anything for the dub.
The king is back.
Okay, so
so fucked up.
My fault.
Okay, so here's the update. She said, well, since that day I've made the post, I've been staying with my grandpa. This week's honestly been a huge change for me, for better, for worse, but I'll try to like summarize it. I started by telling my grandma the story of why I broke down the way I did, and to be honest, he seemed horrified. No one in my family knew my parents were using me essentially as a free care service for my sister. My grandpa told me some things that I don't feel comfortable repeating here, but in essence, my sister is supposed to be getting care from a professional, and that my parents were ignoring that. Along with this, I was not supposed to be caring for her at all with her mental state, as apparently she's a danger to herself and others. With everything else I told him, along with stuff like the movie, he was really mad and told me not to contact my parents without him there. He pretty much told me that he would be meeting with my parents beforehand and that he was going to be there when I sat down with him. It didn't end there either. The rest of the week consisted of my other family checking on me, telling my things that my parents hid from me. This included the fact that my parents have been taking money to fund a caretaker that doesn't exist.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, yo, okay, this person's in the right. Like,
not the asshole.
Suffice to say, this week has been rough. But the upside is that even through all this, my extended family has been giving me more love than I felt in a while. My grandpa has spent the last week making up for some time I've lost, encouraging me to spend time with my friends and do things I want to do. My aunties and uncles have also been helping me through the week. Well, Saturday night, I sat down with my parents to talk. It went badly, to say the least. They came clean to me about everything. They told me things I will not repeat here, but they did not apologize. My parents still claim that I somehow owed my sister my time. My father even saying, "You were put here to be her caretaker."
Bro, what?
Yo.
damn.
I won't lie and say I was composed. After everything I learned, I confronted them on the fact that my sister needed a caretaker. The money my dad was taking from his sister, a few other things. They denied it or made excuses. In the end, we ended up in a worse place than before. Today will be my last time talking to them for a while. After talking with my grandpa and my uncle last night, I'm not going back. Later today, I'm going there to pick up my stuff and moving in with my grandpa. When I graduate high school, I'm planning to leave the state to go to school. My aunt has told me that the money she was sending my dad will instead be coming to me from now on. My parents have called me twice since Saturday. Neither of them were to apologize or ask when I was coming home. I won't be going back to them. Right now, I feel pretty uneasy about everything, but I feel like that will pass. The rest of my family is showing support to me, and honestly, it feels great. But in the end, I lost my parents. Over all this, I've learned that I learned something that I wish I saw earlier. I don't hate my sister. In fact, I love her with all my heart. I should never have projected my hate onto her. That was very wrong of me.
Mm-hmm.
And someday I hope to make up for it, but for now I need to leave. So there's my update, and thank you for the support.
This is not lighthearted at all. Holy fuck, this guy. Holy fuck.
W grandpa.
I don't know why.
Yo, W grandpa, bro.
The grandpa.
Dub grandpa.
The grandpa, let's go.
And dub like extended family.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's go. Creepy
Yeah.
uncle.
Creepy uncle. Cinema lab.
I actually really liked how she was like, "Oh, it was my fault for projecting the hate onto my sister."
Yeah,
Yeah.
recognizing
She
that.
admitted that like it wasn't
Yeah, she's
her
like,
sister's fault.
she's like, I'm the asshole for trying
Like
to hate my
that's
sister.
growth.
Yeah.
But like, also,
Hungry for
I'm not the
Hungry for
asshole.
growth.
Yeah.
Bro, those parents are so fucked. Cause
Yeah.
they not only fucked up like the OP's life, but also her sister's too. Cause like now the autistic sister's gonna be like, oh, where's my
Caregiver.
sister
Yeah,
that-
where's my sister?
yeah, like that I've seen like every day for like the past however long
Yeah.
I remember,
Bro, and
right?
let's not even talk about the money that they.
Yeah, like what are they using it for, bro? That's so
Yeah.
Bro, I
Pocketing.
hate like money stuff. Like,
Yeah.
especially when
Money
it
and
comes to that
family
stuff.
doesn't go well together, man. If I ever win the lottery, no one's finding out I'm rich. Like I'm poor to everyone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm poor to
Hell
everyone.
no.
especially like people if you have family in another country, bro.
Oh,
no.
fan! Oh, guys, the
No,
tradition
no.
about the wealthiest provides for the
Oh,
rest.
yeah.
I was like,
Exactly.
Like these
so
people who
stupid.
don't even know, like you've talked to once in your life, they're like, oh hey, like what's up?
I'm like,
I heard.
suck my cock. I don't give a fuck. The
That's-
American dream. Come move here if you want to get rich. Like I don't give a fuck.
That's why I hate like lottery
the press.
companies.
Yeah,
They, like,
yeah.
that's why I kind of like hate. Like, this is off topic, but that's why I kind of hate like lottery companies, and they post a picture of the winner.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like for me personally, I would go and collect my money with a paper bag over my face, so
Yeah.
no one would know.
Yeah.
You can't
Or
do
like
that,
the
kid.
glasses and the mustache. You know, like
Kids,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if
You
you
can.
can.
You can. I don't think so.
I wish I never went.
I don't think you can.
Just so,
Yeah.
'cause
But they're actually mean.
I have a
bro.
lot of
Yeah,
family
bro.
like back home. Like it's gonna cause so many issues knowing that I
Oh
have,
yeah.
like almost $1 billion. You know?
Yeah, bro, I'm cutting everyone off.
Like even to this point, like I'm broke, I'm struggling, and they still like think
expect
that like, oh, I have money to like
because
help
you live in
support them.
Canada, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
it's
No,
like
I feel that.
Live in Canada. Oh, big boss.
Boss.
Boss man.
Like I'm the top tier or something.
yeah.
But you know what's crazy, man? Is like when I take those pictures of like the winner, like, I don't know, man. You either get like a really happy guy or someone that's just sad. You ever notice that?
And the thing is, 3 months later, you find out that they spend all the money on crack cocaine addiction or some shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
Shout out, Alberta.
yeah.
Come through.
Okay, let's
That's what we have here.
story. To the next
Yeah.
story.
Wait, before we
Not
move
the
on,
asshole,
do we?
by the way, I know
Yeah, not
Not
that.
that-
Not that. Yeah, I vote. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
everyone can agree. Yeah.
I think we all
Not
genuinely
that.
agree that the OP's not the asshole, but
It's the parents.
are.
Yeah.
Major assholes.
Yeah.
Big.
Major.
Stinky
so, like,
assholes.
if you guys have parents like that, yo, like, come on.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you gotta hold
That's
that, you
tough.
know.
You gotta hold that.
Kill my mom.
I want to kill my dad.
I fucking hate my dad.
Okay, here's the next one. Am I the asshole for pretending to get fired when customers get a temper with me?
Oh,
Like,
here
I'm
we
not gonna
go.
lie,
Wait.
like, this is something I would do, high key.
Some
Here
kiddo
we
ass
go.
shit.
So here's the story. I'm a high school with a weekend job at a coffee shop. My coworkers who work weekends are James, who's the owner's son. He goes to my school, and he's the shift manager. It's not really a formal thing. He's just a really friendly guy. Danielle, a college student who sometimes works weekends with us as well. Okay, so sometimes customers will come in and just be angry about like little things.
Yeah, I mean,
Like literally blow up about nothing. I don't know. If they're in a bad mood already, they're like, and they're looking for someone to take it out on or what.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah.
like it's a lot. And I understand.
yeah, we
I
talked
get what
about
OP's
this. We
talking about.
we
Yeah.
talked about it. Yeah.
Like how sad do you have to be a grown ass man taking your anger out on high school and college kids at a coffee shop? So James and I were joking about having a little fun with them and hopefully getting them off their backs. So one day I was at work and some guy was having a temper about how we don't make the coffee hot enough, which I couldn't do a thing about because I gave it to him right out of the machine. And so James comes in and I was like, "Sir, there's a problem here." And the guy started ranting at him too. So he was like, "OP, this is unacceptable. You're fired." I started acting real sad, like, "No, please don't fire me. My family needs the money." Please, bro.
The batter's fucking G, yo.
What the
fuck?
And he played up being a hard ass, telling me to take off my apron and leave. And the angry guy started to backtrack and was like, "It's not that big of a problem. You don't need to fire her over it. I didn't mean it." And James was like, "No, we pride ourselves on the best customer service." Of course, after all that drama, I still have my job. We were just acting, and we did it a couple times. Whenever a customer would lose their temper at Danielle or I, James will storm in and fire us. And almost every time, the person will come in angry, will apologize, and say they didn't mean it. It's kind of satisfying, making people realize their actions might have consequences. Anyways, I was telling my friends from school, and a few of them thought it was a mean prank to let someone go away thinking they got someone else who desperately needs money fired. Am I the asshole for this joke?
Hell no.
I'm petty as fuck.
Hell
No,
no,
bro. I
no.
would buy into it, man.
Nah, this is some shit me and Jimma would do at SS.
Yeah.
Playing pranks on
The customer.
on the customers. Well, not that. That's like they're just giving them like a reality check.
Yeah.
Just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean you have to take it on.
Yeah, because because then like if you're trying to take it out on me, I have to take it out on you. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, I mean that's the thing.
Just kidding.
You come with pitch for responding with knives, like man, like don't. Yeah.
And then you have to kind of eat it too. So like,
Yeah, I
if
give my if like someone was giving my part timer like a hard time and like we agreed to the joke beforehand, I'd 100% be down.
Yeah,
I'd be like, yo, I'm firing you right now, like fake firing you.
Yo, honestly, those customers who get so angry, they deserve that shit, bro.
I'm
Because,
saying, bro.
okay, so for example, if you go to like fucking Tim Hortons or McDonald's or something, you don't expect the service to be like top tier. You're there for a quick bite and out, right?
Yeah. The
So-
bubble guts, like farmer's
Yeah,
wrap,
you-
ice cap, like
If you're like,
Don't look at me.
so for you to get mad over like something small, like, oh, I didn't make your coffee hot enough. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do, man? That's the hottest
Yeah,
the
bro,
machine
if
can
it
get.
comes straight out of the machine. Like, what am I supposed to do? Put it in a fucking like boiler and shit, bro. Like,
No,
Get my flamethrower out. Like, what the fuck, man?
the thing is, but there are like so many people like that who like are already mad and they're just like,
Looking for
one
Yeah, show
small thing
the Karens
to complain about.
Mm,
And those
yeah, I mean,
people,
we talk
I'm
all the
gonna
time.
smack the fuck out of them.
Oh, I feel you, bro.
Like I want to fucking beat their ass. So like this and like making them realize what they're doing is wrong. Like I'm with it.
I'm with it.
like Ike, like when someone comes in, like I like that, I'm like fists are clenched, assholes clenched, bro.
Yeah.
Like
dick is
I'm
also
about,
cleansed.
like,
The peepee's
you
like
know, like I'm gritting my teeth. I don't know. I just feel like yo, it's not that deep.
It's not that
Like,
deep, bro.
You know,
It's
like
like
your coffee.
it's not
isn't
life
that
or death.
deep, Your meal isn't that deep. Yeah, sure. Like For me personally, like if someone fucks up my food at a restaurant, obviously I'll be a little annoyed, but I'm never like
Gotta take it
angry to
out
the
on
point
someone, yeah.
where I'm taking it out on the server because it's never their fault.
Yeah.
It's maybe like the kitchen's fault or like something else, maybe logistically or whatever. You just have to be an understanding person, and I feel like half the time those people
They're
who
not,
just get
bro.
angry. They're just not understanding.
They're not.
Yeah.
They've never worked like a fucking fast food or customer
Oh.
service.
But
shop in
don't
their
ever mess with the food
fucking life.
industry. Don't ever mess
Yeah.
with
No,
all
man.
All of us have worked in like this type of
Yeah.
workplace,
Yeah.
so we understand where these people are coming from.
Yeah.
So like people who don't have that experience, they're probably like, "Oh yeah, you're the asshole."
You know, like I don't go fuck and suck my dick.
You know what's worse than someone yelling at you as a customer, I realized? Is a sarcastic asshole. Someone who's sarcastic with whatever they say. You know the customer's always right? They always like kind of like bring that type of energy. But being a sarcastic bitch about it too. Those type of people, bro, they have a special place in hell.
Bro, they're called Karens. They're called Karens. Can I speak to them?
No, Karens.
Can I speak to them?
At least Karens are fucking like, you know.
Karens are straight to the point. Jim was
Yeah.
talking about those dudes who are like, who's like,
Yeah, no.
oh, it's wrong, so it's free, right?
Oh, yo. I mean, like, nah, man.
Because
What do you think this
something went
is?
wrong, they're trying to see if they can get like, yeah.
Yeah.
no. I think I remember we were talking about off record. I was talking about like people like have an argument with themselves, include you in it. That's literally what it is. Like they're just fucking fighting, and then they need to have someone just be in that argument.
Just,
Like,
like
for,
unhappy with it.
Toxic manipulator, gaslighter.
I don't
no,
know.
for real, man.
Misogynist.
It's so
yeah,
it's so nice to have like a manager though who's down
Empathetic.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like if you had like a manager who just like lets
Cares
you
about
suck dick,
profits. Like,
yeah, like bro, like
Yeah.
they would take it out on you, and then once the customer is gone, then that's when they would apologize. Like, oh, it's not your fault.
Yo,
I'm like, bro, like,
Yeah. Shout out to 80% of the
you
managers.
had my back, snake.
Yo,
Yo, those managers that always like talk to you nicely, but in a rude tone, like, come here, buddy, come here.
They do this.
Yeah.
They do this a lot. They're like, come here. I'm like,
I'm here,
are you
buddy.
gonna finger my asshole? What's going on?
Complex managers are the worst. I want to drop names so bad.
Or you know the one thing? What are we gonna do next time? I'm not gonna do it again.
Yeah,
Fuck you, bro. Like, I'm quitting.
Should you be doing that? Should you be doing that? I don't know, bitch. Should I? Like,
Yeah, like they'll be treating you like elementary school.
yeah, patronizing ass
I had
motherfucker.
managers who like take away my phone. Like,
No, they didn't.
yeah, bro.
Oh, sometimes they started doing that. So if like they did a rule that if there was like a bulge on your phone, they would take your phone away.
Balls.
Like a bulge.
Oh,
I mean that too. You know.
Balls on your phone.
But like I think it's like I have my wallet, right? And so like one of the managers kind of came up to me, right? And this one had like a flip wallet, and they're like, "Oh, like is that your phone?" And they're not allowed to ask what's in your pocket, right? And so like petty, I like, pulled out, I was like, "Yes," and like I was like, "Hello," and like I just like looked at them, and then they left me alone. But like these motherfuckers are so fucking like.
Oh yeah, you were the You both were the
Yeah, different cineplex.
That's funny as fuck.
Bro, I was like, yes, hello. Like I just don't give a
I don't know how
fuck.
you're gonna get fired. I don't know how you're gonna get fired.
Yo, IQ, like, yo, like, what if you got like, what if you got like a bigger than average tool, and they like try to grab it? You know what I mean?
It's not my phone. It's not my phone. It's not my phone.
He'll take a feel. He'll call the feel real quick.
I know it's not your fault.
Is that the Motorola? Yeah,
HR.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think we agree it's not that.
No, I know.
Honestly, the manager.
Fuck the customer.
The manager's an OG.
Yeah,
We've had an episode.
bro.
Fuck the customers. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the customers.
Yeah, fuck me. Even if I were
bro,
customer,
like
fuck me.
OP, like your friends are low key like privileged if they think you're mean for that.
Yeah, bro.
That's fine.
Like,
They're the customers that are causing
They're
shit
the
to.
customers.
The thing is, like, she's working at a coffee shop. She's probably getting paid minimum wage.
I'll
True.
say
100%.
100%. No tip.
No
tip.
tip.
Not even with those fancy tabs.
Straight to. No, I was gonna talk someone.
All right. Anyways, next story here. Am I the asshole for bringing my sister-in-law's wallet to the restaurant when she conveniently always forgets?
I want to read. I want to hear this.
Yeah, I want to
this.
hear
Okay,
Christmas.
OP is 28, female, and Amy is 26, female. So let's just.
Is
keep
Amy
that in mind.
the sister-in-law?
Amy is the sister-in-law. So Amy is the sister-in-law, and then she's 26, and then the OP is 28. She's also a girl.
Okay.
My sister-in-law Amy always comes to visit from out of town. She stays with us instead of a hotel, and always wants to go to expensive restaurants. She always conveniently forgets her wallet or domes up with some excuses as to why she can't pay her share. She has implied that since I make much more money than her, I should be the one to pay. No, not my husband should pay, but me specifically. I do make a fair amount of money, but not so much that I can treat someone every time they come into town. Nonetheless, in the past, I have just paid the bill and asked her to pay me back, and she never has. She had made a reservation at an extremely expensive restaurant last night, but before we left, I made it clear that I wouldn't be paying her bill. This is where I might be an asshole, and I'll admit I got this move straight from an episode of 2.5 Men.
Oh, let's fucking go.
As we were leaving, my sister-in-law and my husband went to the car, and I pretended I forgot something and went back inside. I found her wallet sitting right on top of her suitcase and put it in my purse when we went to the restaurant. When we were done eating, I asked for separate bills, and she said no, we needed one bill because she forgot her wallet again. I reached in my purse and said, "This wallet."
Oh, that's a power move.
Yo,
I would pass her wallet and give me a handshake. Yo, give me some coach. Give me some coach. Give me some coach.
And she passed the waiter, I would have been like,
Yo, that's not the asshole.
So she was extremely furious and said that I should have not have touched or grabbed her wallet. So am I the asshole for taking her wallet and bringing it to the restaurant?
The thing is,
no,
even
bro.
with my rich friends, like I don't even ask them to pay for things because I'm like, like I just don't feel comfortable with that shit.
Yeah, like I don't know. For me personally, if I can't afford to go out, like I just won't.
Yeah, like I
Like,
was just like,
that's-
hey, not this time. Like,
Yeah.
The
Like, I don't know. It just seems like the sister-in-law is just like a fucking leech.
Yeah, leech,
gold
bro.
digger,
The
leech.
fucked up thing is she's the one booking the restaurants, bro.
I'm saying, and she's 26. She's a whole adult.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a whole
She's
adult.
26.
God damn.
And it's like, and the thing is like, yeah, sure, your like, say like your sister-in-law may make a lot more money, and like, yeah, she might be able to pick up the bill a couple times out of her own goodwill, but you can't just expect it every time you go.
Narcissistic personality,
Right?
the victim
That's
mentality.
just fucked
Yeah.
up. Like I would feel bad having my sister-in-law, or like even just having my friend, or even my significant other pay all the time, even though I knew they made more money than me.
Yeah.
I'd still feel like
I
that.
still
I'd
feel
be like,
bad,
yo,
yeah.
like
I'm a leech.
you're
Yeah.
taking me out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
basically.
even if I asked you to come out, like I'd still feel bad for asking you to pay for me.
Yeah.
Like that's weird. She's asking her sister-in-law and her husband to come. She's asking her sister-in-law and her brother to come out
Yeah.
and
Expecting them to pay for
and
it.
expecting
Yeah.
them to pay for her.
Yeah.
The thing is, bro, like,
But not even
The
her sister.
sister-in-law?
It's only her sister.
no, the sister-in-law and the husband, they're staying at her house, at the OP's
Yeah.
house. Like, not only is she housing them, but she's also expecting the OP to pay for them.
No. Like it's not her husband doesn't come. It's just the sister-in-law,
And
her
her?
husband. Like it's
No, is it her
OP,
brother?
her husband, and then the sister-in-law.
Oh,
That-
no,
that-
but
that's-
still, they're housing the sister.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
still,
yeah,
exactly.
like
Yeah.
the
I'm
housing
still
sister-in-law.
expecting
Actually,
the OP to pay for her.
Yeah,
actually
like,
freeloading, bro.
Yeah. Like, for example, like if I was traveling and I stayed at Ronald's house because he offered it, I would take him out for dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, you,
Yeah.
that's just common
I
courtesy.
scratch your. Wait,
Scratch your balls, I scratch my balls. Yeah.
I ate your cock, I ate your balls.
Yeah, we'll jerk each other off with equality.
True.
Like, hey, slow down.
Like, okay, yeah. He's edging.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think OP's the asshole. I think like it's honestly a big power move to
I
bring
think
it
it's just
to bring
petty
your
as-
wallet.
That's
It's petty,
actually
yeah.
like
It's petty. It's a little bit
it's
asshole.
yeah.
But the thing is, I would do something. So, like, I can't even like deny it. But like, I knew you would forget your wallet, so I brought it. You're paying for it this time, and then that's it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't even make a joke out of it. I'll just like put it down,
Yeah.
and then like if they get mad, like I don't go fuck. You booked the restaurant. You're paying for it. Hold these nuts, like.
Because it's like a repeat incident, right? So
Yeah.
I could imagine.
Yeah, but
she'd be
multiple
first-
times,
yeah.
bro, and like
I'd be so
Like the most interesting and petty way to do it is like how OP did it.
yeah.
But like the more I don't know. I guess like on the flip side, if you were play devil's advocate, the more like constructive way to do it is just literally sit down and talk to her.
Yeah, right. That
Yo,
would,
but the
Like
thing
what
is-
the fuck is wrong with you?
But they told her.
Please
But they told
bring
her.
your wallet.
But they
Yeah.
told her though. They told her.
Yeah, they told her that like, we won't be covering your half of the bill.
And she still did. And she still did
And
the
she
same
still
thing.
forgot her wallet.
but like, what I would have said is like, hey, did you forget your wallet?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
like
You know what I
right
mean?
before we
Yeah, right before
left,
they
like,
left,
you have
yeah.
your wallet with you, and
Yeah,
so.
because
No,
like,
but even
she
then,
did
did she say that? Maybe she'd say that, and then like, oh shit, oh my bad. Maybe I felt something.
Well, then again, like she did come in and then check the house to see if she forgot, right? It's like, did you forget your wallet? So assuming that she would actually bring it, right?
Yeah,
So
You know what though? Shout
Like,
out to
right
her. She
before
actually
you
did forget her
leave.
wallet, technically speaking.
Yeah.
Shout out to her. Shout out
Like
to her.
right
But
before
she
you
followed
leave,
through,
you go
though.
like, oh, did you forget your wallet? I can like go inside and look for it type shit.
No, but sometimes you have to finesse like that, bro. Like,
Yeah,
So
to
if
make
you're
a
that
point.
down bad,
Yeah, sometimes you have to make a point.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. They're the assholes. They're
They're the assholes for not paying for my meal.
No, chill. Like, when someone comes, you gotta you gotta like help them out. Like give them as much meals as they can. Sister-in-law. Sister-in-law should always care. Family first type of beat.
Gotta be a provider.
Yeah, gotta be provider.
I mean, I kind of see where that's coming from though, because like if you're hosting, right,
Yeah,
and they're just like visiting.
I feel it now. This whole episode, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm playing devil's advocate.
But yeah, I don't think she's asshole. I think she's petty as fuck.
Yeah,
petty.
I'd say
That's
petty.
But I'm here for it.
Yeah, like I would say okay. I guess I'd say she is the asshole, but I would say it's justified asshole.
It's justified.
You know what I mean?
It's
You know
justified.
what I mean?
No, she's not an asshole. That ass.
Oh, you just straight up just like
No, I'll defend her.
damn. Oh well, I respect that. I respect
Yeah, but
that. Teach their own. Teach
I
your own.
can see. I can see where you're coming from. I think she like just the fact that she's like petty, like just makes you an asshole.
Because it's like the other one, like the people like at the cafe shop.
Oh yeah.
It's like you deserve what you got,
true. That's
Because you were
honestly
being an
true.
asshole.
I mean, I'm not that self-righteous. I'm more just confrontation behavior of like putting out in the spot. Like, hey, do you not see how you're being a piece of shit? And then just like tell them to their face instead of like putting them in the spot where it's like, yeah.
Because like there's petty ways and then there's like constructive ways. But I also think that like sometimes petty ways are needed. Like because you gotta.
I mean,
There's a
Yeah,
threshold.
like
Like if you tried so hard to mediate so many times that
Yeah,
at that point it's
exactly.
like, hey, I'm not even gonna fucking try to mediate
Yeah.
the conflict. Then I will use that violence. But if like I personally, I'm more a fact of like mediating, using shame, not using shame as opposed to help someone change. And then when they're being like repeated behavior, I'm like, all right, then let's play two can play at that game. Like, but like that's a last resort. It's not like a first resort kind of thing.
yeah.
Moving on to the next story. Moving on to the next MRDS. This one's pretty interesting. This one's actually kind of fucked up,
Yeah,
like
make the
in
episode
every
juicy.
aspect. But
Oh, I'm down for it.
here's the title: Am I the asshole for telling my extended family how many men, roughly, my sister has slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin?
No, I would have done that. I would have slut shamed. I would have been super misogynist. I would have fucking just slut shamed the fuck out of her. I would have called her like, you have a dirty pussy. I don't give a fuck. Shame, man, for being a virgin. I'm becoming extra misogynist. I don't give a fuck, bro.
Listen to the story at least.
Anyway, go ahead.
Before you started, the great Andrew Tate told me.
Yo, shut the fuck up! We don't endorse Andrew Tate. We don't endorse Andrew Tate.
Stop regretting the top G, bro. Please. He doesn't want you. He doesn't know.
Okay.
Oh my
Alright, so
god.
let's
this
preface
fucking-
this. My family has 4 kids in total. Me, so OP, my elder sister, which is 29, my younger sister, which is 24, and my youngest brother, which is 22.
22 is a virgin? Damn, bro.
Yeah, everyone has to. Yo, male virginity's on the rise, man. Like,
What's wrong with
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
We don't shame. We don't shame.
Zero risk.
You show up, Vinny's like, Vinny's practicing. Practicing his
Come on, yo.
8 years to practice. Okay, it's 16, bro.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Please, Vince, out of the sound.
But yo, chill.
why you roast?
Yo, chill, but he has to kind of hold that,
Am I being an asshole right now? Am I the asshole?
Let's listen to the story and then we'll decide, bro.
Am I the asshole though, right now?
Okay. All right. Let's just. Okay. He's a virgin. Let's just say he's a virgin. Whether that's good or bad, fuck it. He's a virgin. Okay. Go on.
So we had a family dinner, and so the extended family attended our family dinner. So all of our significant others, our cousins, our aunts, and our uncles, etc. During the dinner, my eldest sister and my youngest brother got into a mild disagreement. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive out of frustration and losing said argument. She's like a sore loser and shit. The two of them were too absorbed in their argument to realize the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually, my eldest sister, got really fed up and said, "Shut up. I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin."
Oh.
My brother hadn't done any personal attacks up until that point, and it was completely unprovoked. I think it might have been the alcohol, as my sister is a very mean drunk.
Nice.
Anyways, I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself, and she replied by saying that everyone knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me, as my brother definitely has confidence issues and he doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college.
Sheesh.
And that since everyone in the family knows that it's not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this.
Oh, no fucking way, bro.
Yo, shake my
I
hand.
genuinely assumed he must have known. He left the party saying angrily that my sister misled him about her past. The family is blaming me for their marital problems, and I refuse to accept I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of anyone, and all I did was give her a taste of her own medicine. Okay, so this one has like a little bit of a different outcome. Like Reddit has a different outcome than I think we're kind of thinking. But I honestly don't think that she's the asshole in this situation.
Damn, I don't know.
Actually,
Maybe not for the husband. I don't know. Maybe not for the husband.
Yeah,
If it was just family, I'm roasting the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
But if I ever husband, like maybe like that's
No,
I mean, she got a taste of her medicine.
that's like another
She still got
petty
taste of her
ass
medicine.
thing.
yeah, it's just a petty thing.
I feel like this is like like Jason was talking about the threshold of petty. I think this like kind of crosses the.
Yeah,
the
to me,
petty
if
threshold
they're
line.
dry humping the threshold like really badly
Yeah.
right now. Like,
But I think low key they crossed it because it's like it's a family event and it's like everyone's there.
yeah,
You know?
man.
No, but she shouldn't have said the shit about the
Like
brother.
the brother.
in the
Yeah,
first
no,
place.
I totally understand.
Like two wrongs don't make a right kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like that. Like she already ruined it.
Wait, how old is
why
the-
not like keep it
Like
going?
double down. No,
Yeah.
you guys are so bad. This guy's like, yeah, the information's already out, so let me reveal some more information.
Like defend your brother.
Yeah, defend
Like
your
make
brother.
her feel the way she made
This-
the brother feel.
This guy's like add fire to more fire.
But like
Oh
the thing
my
is that
God.
actually solved the problem. That just like
Yeah.
caused strain between the family. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
now they're estranged to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much problems there, though.
I think, I honestly think that OP is in the wrong for causing marital problems.
Yeah, I'm
but,
on that boat
but the
too.
thing is, like, were
I'm
they
on that
there
boat
in the
too.
first place, though?
But also, I believe that the older sister's a fucking asshole.
I agree. I think both of them are. Yeah,
Everyone
they're fucking
sucks.
assholes.
Like,
Yeah.
both of them are assholes.
Both.
I don't know. I just feel like two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah, I'm on that same boat. Because at first, like when I read the title, I was like, nah, fuck it, do it. But I'm like, okay, maybe there's other people involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ziad will agree with this one though. One of the commenters, he said, not the asshole. I disagree. Fire with fire is justified if the other person is making a claim a certain asshole behavior is not asshole-ish. If they claim that and then whine when it comes back to them, it just makes them a blatantly hypocritical asshole.
Okay, yeah, that's true. I
That
get
is
that.
true.
Your shit, bro.
Yeah.
Everyone
I get
everyone in this like subreddit likes just about two wrongs don't make a right, but you're missing the fact that the sister thinks that this is supposedly acceptable. So he's just returning. To her what she thinks is an acceptable conversation topic.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly fail how to see how this makes him the asshole.
I mean, to me, I kind of argue like it's just self-righteousism. Like literally, like because like that didn't solve anything. Like did the sister actually understand her actions, or she just now is
But
strange?
But if he didn't do that, I don't think the situation would have been like solved in general. Because like it's still gonna happen again. Like if he didn't say that about her. You know?
Well, that's where you actually confront the issue. You don't have to throw the insult of like another insult. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, that's uncalled for.
Yeah.
And even when they're drunk and sober, you bring it up and actually like have an intervention of like, yo, that's not fucking cool.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, cause like again, like yeah, you could say that was justified. The behavior was justified, but it didn't actually solve anything. It actually didn't do anything. Now the family's now having a like
Yeah, they're just having like problems. For no
yeah
reason.
marital problems, stranger problem. Now the whole family's divided because of this whole situation in the first place.
And now that everyone knows that 22.
Yeah, and now he
Poor
got
guy.
no brain.
Yeah, so- That's a 22-year-old virgin is a winner, bro. He's never lost in his life.
Yeah, 99% of people lose their virginities. 1% never lose.
Never lost his virginity and didn't lose that battle, bro. He's
Yeah.
fighting everything.
If you haven't lost your virginity, you haven't lost. So come on, yo, W King.
The king is truly back.
Yeah, the king is back.
Let's move on. Next story. Okay. Am I the asshole for walking out of the airport when I saw my husband's mom standing there with her luggage?
Your
Okay,
mother-in-law? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
so his
essentially, yeah.
husband's mom, so his mother-in-law.
Okay.
Her mother-in-law.
Gotcha.
So she's 30. So I don't have the best relationship with my husband's mom. Since day one, she tried to make remarks and compare me to her. Then she tried to get on my good side and started overly praising everything I do and sometimes even copying me. Like that one time, she literally dyed her hair purple, just like mine, and made everyone point out how ridiculous she looked. And she actually blamed me and accused me of trying to make a joke out of her.
Huh?
Damn, that's some crazy
Okay.
behavior
the
shit.
fuck?
So anyways, my husband and I took 2 weeks off work to go visit some places out of the country. Tourism in other words. The thing is I was the one who saved up for and arranged for my trip. My husband was responsible for booking the tickets. My husband's mom, so my mother-in-law, wanted to come along and threw temper tantrums when I said no. She called, texted, sent people to talk to me into letting her come, even threatened to call the police and make some complaint make some complaint up to get us to stay if she can't come. My husband said that we should just take her, but I told him he was wrong and to tell her about the trip. That my husband was wrong to tell her about the trip in the first place. So he gave me an ultimatum. Said he wouldn't go if she can't come, and I told him I'll gladly call his bluff, which made him take his words back and say, fine, I will tell her to stop because we won't take her.
Send it to your mom, bro. Like, come on.
Mama's boy.
Wow,
Okay.
mama's mommy issues.
So eventually things got quieter, like super suspiciously quiet. The day of the trip came and we got to the airport at 2 p.m. My husband was walking ahead of me and was looking left and right like he was looking for someone. I asked him, but he didn't respond. He led me to the waiting area and the first thing I saw was his mom standing there with her luggage. I froze on spot and I felt a cold wave washing over me and I was fuming inside. She and my husband were hugging when I quietly turned around and started walking towards the exit. My husband followed me and shouted at me to stop. He tried to stop me, but I told him off in the harshest way possible. He tried to say I was overreacting and that his mom was there anyways and I should let it go and not mess up the trip for us. I told him he and his mom could still go, but I was going home. I went home and sobbed into my dog's fur for several minutes. Turned out he booked her a ticket without me knowing, and an hour later he came home yelling and raging about how pathetic and spiteful I was to walk out and go home and ruin this trip last minute. I told him he caused this to happen. He said that I was being so hard on his mom, it was ridiculous. I refused to fight anymore and he kept berating me and then called my family to tell them that the trip was canceled and that it was because of me. My family said that I shouldn't have ruined it for myself and I should have sucked it up and done my best to enjoy. Did I really overreact?
First of all, the husband's a coward.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say he's a coward.
Actually, like fucking no balls, Andy, bro.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, because like for me, it's like I wouldn't appreciate if my girlfriend disrespected my mom, but I also don't appreciate if my mom disrespected my girlfriend. So like I can understand if my girlfriend's like, hey, I'm very uncomfortable around your mom, the way she makes it feel. It's like, cool, I'm not gonna have a sitting cancel session if you're not comfortable. We'll have a vacation for both of us. That's the plan. We plan for a vacation for both of us.
Yeah.
So like, yo, husband actually needs to stand up for his wife here and there. Like, grow some balls, man.
I don't know, like if I reiterate over and over again to like my wife that I don't want her mom to come, then like I feel like she should just respect that. Yeah. Like we can still have a good vacation without your mother-in-law.
Yeah.
Like especially if you know that we don't have the greatest relationship.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. To be honest, I think the mom's the asshole, but I also think the husband's the asshole.
Yeah. Because like, what is it? The fact is that the husband actually ended up telling everyone to blame the wife after that happened. That's even worse, bro. It's like
that's like the fucked up part. It's
Yeah.
like, yo, like they go and tell your family that it's your fault.
like, oh, my wife's a bitch. Like shit. I was like, you're the actual bitch, man.
You know how it is with
Yeah.
family. They never tell you the exact same situation. You just hear the last part.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, she went home. She didn't fucking do anything. She avoided the trip. I hate women.
Yeah, no, that's exactly. Like, kind of want to sound like the guy's just a coward. Like he doesn't know how to stand up to his own mom. Like
No.
Yeah, he essentially turned everyone against her. Like even she even said like her own family, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so fucked, man.
Like how big of a mama's boy can you be?
yeah,
Like
bro, you're like what?
Yeah.
What is he like? 30 something?
Yeah, he's probably around.
Bro,
her age,
come on,
maybe
man.
older, bro. Like you're like you're
balls
in your
dropped already, man.
early 30s, mid 30s, like or even early 20s. I mean late 20s. You gotta stand up to your mom, bro.
Yeah.
Like come on, man. Like at that point, you're like just because she's like 20 years older than you and gave birth to you doesn't mean she can act like a child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cause they're still a human, right? I mean, still could do fucked up shit. Cause like with the whole like dyed the hair purple thing, like, hey, don't make fun of my wife. Like I would put that in the spot. Like you should not be doing
Exactly. Like and you know what's the craziest thing is she copied the wife and then started to get angry that people started to make fun of her.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, just because you can't pull it off, don't make fun of me.
that. Man, like I'm sorry, I look better than you.
You don't have the drip like that, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, go drip looking ass. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is the open shut case.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting
It's
story
great.
to read
Yeah.
because the fucking husband's such a little wah baby.
Yeah, I'm more upset with the husband than I am with the mother. I don't know.
Yeah,
if that's me.
Like the mother just doesn't is just weird. She's an asshole for sure, but she's just fucking weird.
From what I'm understanding, it sounds like she's just crazy. Like not to.
She's just that crazy like doting mother.
The overbearing mother. Yeah, the overbearing mother. Yeah.
It's the husband that like doesn't want to grow a pair and like tells mom.
Yeah, like
because what I got from the story is that vacation was originally just for the two of them, right?
For the two of them,
Exactly,
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
like-
she said it too. Like my husband booked the tickets or whatever it was, and I did this.
And what's crazy is that she was the one who saved the money.
Yeah.
yeah, she's paying for it. You know, like
Yeah, and then all of a sudden she's using her money to buy a ticket for his mom.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's fine.
But the thing is, like, he already said that, like, oh, I'll convince my mom not to come.
yeah,
He
and
did the opposite,
then he
bro.
did the
That's a
opposite.
straight up lie
He
then.
probably was just like, oh, just be quiet. I'll get you a ticket. Just don't say anything about it anymore.
That's a straight up lie then. That's
Asshole.
fucked.
yeah,
No, that's
Huge asshole.
huge
Yeah.
asshole.
yeah.
Big ants.
Toxic.
Just a big gaping asshole. Yeah.
Okay. This one's interesting. I always find the work ones interesting.
We fuck with the work ones.
Let's go.
All right, so here's this one's
9-5 slavery.
Yes.
okay.
So I'm ready to work for 40
Here it is. So the title is am I the asshole for telling an employee she can choose between demotion or termination?
Fuck.
That's
Let's hear this. Let's hear this. Let's hear
Okay.
it.
Let's
So-
go. Sorry.
Oh, my jacket.
I own a vape shop. We're a small business, only 12 employees. One of my employees, Peggy, was supposed to open yesterday. Peggy has recently been promoted to manager after 2 solid years of good work as a cashier. I really thought she could handle the responsibility. So I wake up 3 hours after the place should be open, and I have 22 notifications on the store Facebook page. Customers have been trying to come to shop, but the store is closed. Employees are showing up to work, but they're locked out. So I call Peggy and then get no response. I text her, same thing. So I go in to open the store an hour before her shift was supposed to be over, and she calls me back. I ask her if she's okay, and she said she needed to take a mental health day and do some self-care. I'm still pretty pissed at this point, but I'm trying to be understanding, as I know how important mental health can be. So I asked her why she didn't call me as soon as she knew she needed the day off. Her response, I didn't have enough spoons in my drawer for that.
Huh?
Frankly, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Okay. Me neither.
That's my line. Like, bitch, what?
But it seems to me like she's saying she cannot be trusted to handle the responsibility of opening the store in the AM. So I told her she had 2 choices. Go back to her old position with her old pay, or I fire her completely. She's calling me all sorts of ist now and says I'm discriminating against her due to her poor mental health and her gender. None of this would have been a problem if she simply just took 2 minutes to call out. I would have got up and opened the store on time. But this no call, no show shit is not the way to run a successful business. Facts.
Facts.
I think I might be the asshole here, as I am taking away her promotion over something she really had no control over. But at the same time, she really could have called me. So
She had the
I
agency,
leave it
yeah.
to you. Am I the asshole?
No.
The thing is, I've kind of witnessed this behavior before. Is that when you call out someone's behavior, they start pulling out the marginalized card real quick, right?
Yeah.
Of like, oh, like, hey, like you're discriminating, whatever. They call you an ism, an ex-obic, or whatever, right? It's like, oh, you're racist, whatever. It's like, okay, or you're a piece of shit. Like, I guess we talk about this whole the marginalized thing doesn't correlate to if you're a good person or not. Like, if you're an asshole, regardless if you're poor or not. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm rooting for the actual like supervisor, whatever, the OP guy. I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's an asshole. I was like, yeah, I think it's fair. Gave him that, he didn't fire on the spot, which I think he met her with grace. And it's like, hey, but like, unfortunately, the mental health is out of control, but we can't have this happen again. Like, it's a business. We have to keep it running. It keeps, her decision affected everyone, not just like him. You know, you're affecting everyone else's jobs because you decided to not call in. If you need a mental health day, take that, but you can't just expect everyone to like pivot towards your like needs.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, like, I'm making that excuse like, yo, I didn't have enough spoons in my drawer for that. Like,
What does that mean?
What does that even mean?
Is that like a figurative speech? Like,
it's a metaphor. She's
didn't have the
essentially, she
capacity.
said like, I just didn't have it in me to call.
No, fuck that. Because like, if you're accepting this promotion at work and you're taking on
responsibility.
you
That's
have
what I'm
these
saying.
responsibilities.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
If
you
anything,
have
you
to
should hold
accept,
yourself
like, there's
liable.
mental health, which is important, but you still have your responsibilities that you have to take care of. If you can't come in, be a responsible like person or worker, whatever you want to call it, and just call in. Like, let them know.
Yeah.
Like, that's being responsible and still, you know, like taking care of your mental health. And as you can tell, like the owner seems pretty understanding when it comes to mental health. So I don't think he would have gotten mad.
Good
in
boss.
that scenario.
Good
Yeah,
boss.
exactly.
And the thing is, the good thing is he started with "Are you okay?" He didn't say "What the fuck." Like he was like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah,
He checked up
exactly.
first, like maybe something bad happened.
Instead of reacting on his emotions.
Exactly, yeah. Which is like,
True.
I think it's a very responsible thing to do. Like I think most, like there's some employers are like,
Yeah,
so what happened, huh? And then, but no, he asked like, hey, are
Yeah.
you okay? So like,
And it's like, I understand when you kind of get into that like deep dark pit or whatever it is, right? Like obviously you're gonna need to take a mental health day, and I think that the fact that the manager was so understanding about it, and then he was like, "Yo, like, are you okay? Okay, well, here's the deal," and like Jason said, he did it with grace. So I don't think he's the asshole. I honestly think that like it's more like
He's just being a fair boss.
he's just being fair. Like I don't necessarily think that she's like super in the wrong. I do think that she should have called in, like at the very least. It takes 2 minutes. It's not that hard. I do think it's very assholeless for you not to call in, especially when, to be honest, like I'm reading the story, like your boss is so understanding and it's a small business, right? And it's like, yo, like if I'm that boss, like high key, like my first reaction would be to like be furious. Like I'd be like, yo, what the
I'll
fuck
be
is
pissed as
going
fuck,
on, bro?
but
Yeah, I don't know. And then to be called like ableist or like sexist or like racist or like whatever, like after the fact, like I'd be so hurt. I'd be like, yo, I gave you all this responsibility. I even checked if you were okay, and then all of a sudden you start getting mad at me for like giving you this ultimatum of like a demotion or getting fired.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like any boss in that position, like would just fire you straight up.
Oh,
yeah.
Like or just call you and be like, yo, don't come to work.
Yeah. Like it's also on her too, because I'm pretty sure they had a couple of meetings before she actually got promoted, right? So she should realize before taking this, if she's aware of her mental health problems, you know,
bring that
like
up.
asking yourself, am I capable to do this job? Like, do I want to take the responsibility given my like condition, right?
Yeah.
And being honest with yourself, like, no, I can't, like, you know, and on that, like, all of those like isms, like is thing, like ableist, and I don't know how we would bring gender into this, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Just because you're a woman, like.
No, honestly, regardless of the whole situation, and this is like kind of wild to say, but yo, that mental health does not matter in that situation. It's fucked to say, but I don't care because the business wise, it should have been cared for, and like he should have. She knows her responsibility. She's been taken up, and like she should show at least some respect. Like there's no respect shown. Regardless.
At all, yeah.
So I don't care, to be honest.
I understand like mental health and like going through that stuff, but it's also at the same time like
You still have some
you
choices.
still have responsibilities.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, yes, if you need to take a sick day, like you call in, you do what you need to do. You know what I mean? You don't just drop everything and just like, yes, I get you're depressed and I get you're like going through it.
But to use that as an excuse is like,
You're using it as a
Yeah,
crutch.
yeah,
You're literally using it as
yeah.
a crutch to
Yeah.
kind of say it like that.
because I can understand what you're trying to say. Because like I've seen a lot of people where like they adopt a lot of toxic behaviors and a lot of like problematic behaviors. Like, oh, it's because of my mental health.
And they
Oh, it's
blame
like
it
going
on
through
the
issues at
mental
home. It's like cool. I can understand how like having a chaotic home can like lead to a lot of like outlet behavior. But again, I'm saying, I will say this again, like that's not justified. It doesn't give you permission to be an asshole too. You know what I mean? Like, and to like
it doesn't justify fucking everybody else over. 'Cause,
exactly,
like,
yeah.
people were coming in and they were locked out. Like,
Yeah.
other employees, like, so you fucked up everyone just because like you were too complacent to call in or like you
Exactly.
didn't want to call in.
Yeah, exactly, yeah,
Your spoons weren't in the drawer, whatever the fuck that means.
yeah.
Weird as fuck.
And what a weird saying,
It's
yeah.
all weird saying on my spoon. Like,
I'm gonna start.
No,
Call
like,
it.
Hey, I don't have
Yo,
enough
bro, you
spoons in my
wanna
drawer.
hang out? No, my spoons aren't all in the drawer right now.
I only have forks and knives.
and chopsticks and plastic straws.
I can't eat soup. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm not coming in.
Yeah, shall I could use that?
Like using the fork. Like, oh,
Like, to be
I
honest,
can't.
I don't think OP's like the asshole at all. Like,
No.
I think he's like he or she was very
In the rights.
Yeah,
100% in the
I
rights.
think I'm more OP.
Like, to be honest, I would be like a huge ass.
I would not have handled it the way OP would have handled
Hell
it. No,
no. I
absolutely
would have been
not.
like, where the fuck are you? Your ship was supposed to start 6 hours ago.
Don't
Dumb
fucking
bitch.
yeah. I would have got so angry, like, yo, what the fuck?
Cause think about like a one day, like how much money he would have lost, right? Or
Yeah,
he or she would have
especially as
lost.
a small
right?
business owner.
Yeah.
Small business.
The
owner,
livelihood
right?
of the other employers too, employees
Yeah.
too, like
That shit
that's
matters, yo.
Like, yo, you're getting in the way of like your other coworkers' bread. Like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Like if it was like a fucking Walmart or something, I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Whatever, bro. Like, if it's a huge company, we got like 3,000 employees or some shit like that, then it's like, yeah, whatever.
we can afford to lose like a day, right? But yeah, damn.
Not that
But it's
asshole.
like it's a small team, so I like totally like I totally understand that. Next story. We got 2 more here. I
Nice.
think. Oh no, three more. So like, yeah, okay, here we go. Next one. Am I the asshole for telling my son he deserved his girlfriend breaking up with him?
Bro.
Yeah.
I want to hear this. I really want to hear this.
Like, this is something like my mom would do. To me or Lawrence.
Zam.
Okay, so my son had a long distance girlfriend recently of about 2 years. She was great, a really nice girl, and we all loved her and welcomed her with open arms. She was flying here constantly to visit him, like a weekend a month, and he didn't lift a finger to go visit her. I tried talking to him about it several times, and he told him he should really start looking into flying over to her instead of expecting her to do all the traveling.
Yeah.
He said no. And my wife probably had something to do with it, as she constantly told him that she was afraid of him flying. I spoke to them both and said that this girl's great for him, and she was willing to move over to our country too, but said there was one condition, and that he would have to fly over to her country too, which is fair enough.
I think that's fair.
And I
Yeah.
agree with him.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
He said no. He didn't want to fly or travel anywhere.
No.
Yeah.
My son was becoming lazier and lazier, eventually telling his girlfriend that and us that he was perfectly fine, never traveling anywhere, including holidays, etc.
What?
Last week, he
Yikes.
told us she's dumped him. I went to her Facebook page, as we're still friends. She wrote us an apology letter about how she's upset it didn't work out, but these things happen, so we're still on good terms. And looks like she's with a new guy already. Me and my wife have no doubt she was seeing him while still in a relationship with my son. Ooh. I confessed to them both that I actually agree with her decision and that she should have expected it. He did not treat her properly, and I hope he learns his lesson for the next one, because he needs to make more of an effort. I said he deserves it for his lack of effort for the relationship and for essentially just allowing this girl to spend all her money and time coming here all the time. My wife and my son are very upset that I said this.
Damn.
Very, very upset, and my wife says I'm being horrible. Am I the asshole? I stand by what I said.
Hell no.
Honestly, I understand they're trying to spare some of their feelings, but sometimes if they're being very problematic, you gotta tell them straight up. Like, you gotta let them know. Like,
He was being very unreasonable though. Like he didn't provide a reason or anything. Why?
he kept like prompting him, like, "Hey, like maybe you should go see her, right?" And at the point, it's like, okay, like you're obviously not learning why it went wrong, and you're probably gonna blame her.
He gave him little pinches. He gave him little pinches, and he finally hit him with a punch.
Yeah,
That's what
like
it is. And to be honest, he's not the asshole. If he wants him to lie to him, he'll lie to him. But he's told him the truth for how it is. Like, he
How
has to
I
eat
see that though is like that's just regular parenting, bro. Like when your kid fucks up, you tell them they fucked up.
Yeah.
And why is his wife getting mad at like that? You tell him how it is, man. Like you can't sugarcoat
How
it.
dare you tell him the truth? Lie to him.
Yeah, that's just telling the truth.
Yeah,
I guess
you
there's a
can't
whole like
sugarcoat
star
everything.
child mentality, like, oh my kid can never do anything wrong. It's like, no, your kid can fuck up. Your kid's gonna fuck up,
Yeah.
and you need to admit when your kid's being a dumbass, like
Yeah, like I can't keep giving him a gold star. Sometimes I gotta like take the star away
like SpongeBob.
and put his dumbass in the corner.
No, but for real, this guy, like his
have the
son,
mic
that's a
upset.
city boy. For real.
Oh, for real. Okay, guys. So, OP. I'll ask you guys a question. How old do you think this kid is?
19.
Or how old do you think this guy is?
24.
He sounds like younger
25.
than 20.
I say like 30.
It's
No, come on.
22,
I say like 30.
I would say 24, 25.
Because if you're desperate to like Yeah.
How long distance, bro?
Yeah, that is.
Like I was like low key thinking like because I just read how old he's. I was low key thinking he was like 16, 17, bro.
Yeah.
No, if he's
So you wouldn't be traveling like that if you're.
yeah, because as a father, I'm like, oh, like if you were like over 18, like I would, but like I would assume he's an adult-ish if he's having a long
Okay, yeah,
relationship.
Oh, okay. So maybe like I think like maybe like 18. Like yeah.
I'm at least 18.
At least 18.
Maybe 19. I said 19.
Yeah, I'm saying
Well,
20.
I mean, if
I'm still gonna say 30, bro.
What's wrong?
no,
with it?
I kind of see where Ziad's coming from because like if like the parent is urging him to travel, then that must mean he must have enough like money to go.
Yeah.
He's probably like 18.
Yeah.
So
He probably has
He's
a
probably
job.
like 20,
Saved
mid
up.
20s.
Mid 20s or like close to 30.
Yeah.
I still think he's 30, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's the
Okay,
age I have in my head.
so the son is 24.
Yeah, nah,
Okay.
nah. If he was a kid, maybe I would give him more grace.
Yeah, like
Even 18, 19, okay, you know?
like
Yeah,
18,
right.
19, 18, 19, I'd be like, yo, like
Sometimes like you grow up in a sheltered environment, maybe you're not used to traveling the world, but yo, you're 24. You're 24.
You're 24, bro, and like she and this girl is like hauling ass for you,
Yeah.
dog. Like
Yeah.
what the fuck?
She's pulling the rings on the relationship.
Like yeah, okay, like the girlfriend was definitely in the wrong for like supposedly dating the guy before he broke up with the son.
She belonged to the street.
Like yeah, like I like that's cheating. That's like textbook
Yeah,
cheating.
yeah, we're not
Like,
really. Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna advocate for that. You're asshole. She's still an asshole for that.
No, but that's
But
not
also at
even
the same time,
confirmed.
I know it's not confirmed.
No,
But
it
we're
isn't confirmed.
assuming. We're assuming.
You know what they say about assuming.
So, yeah, why are you why are you making assumptions?
That's fucking good.
That's like no misassumptions.
So if we're not assuming, okay, so say she's like faithful all the time. Anyways, I still genuinely think
I'm on that boat
too.
too. Again, I'm still of the whole slut of two wrongs don't make a right. Like like
bro.
yo, just call it off. If you're unhappy, call it off. Don't
Like, I don't know, like this guy, like just being stubborn, like yeah, sure, the mom is like, oh, I never want you to fly, but like at this point, like if you really love a girl, like you gotta do what
Put some
gotta
effort.
do,
You had to
bro.
put some effort.
Yeah, you gotta put effort.
That's kind of like similar to our previous story where like overbearing parents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, bro, it's your like relationship and you're an adult.
You're an
like,
adult.
yes, your parents can like advise and consult you and stuff, but it's your decision, man.
Yeah, let your children live,
Yeah.
dog.
If
But
you love
he
this
is-
girl, you would
they're
make the
pushing
effort,
him.
bro.
No, they're not even pushing. They're not even pushing him. He's just saying his opinion. He's allowed to say his opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone's
yeah.
entitled to their own like freedom of speech in that sense.
Yeah, but I would say he's the asshole. Doesn't that
Dad?
no, like the son.
No, the son is the
You know what I
asshole.
mean? Like, I
the
like-
dad's not the asshole. He's just telling the truth.
Yeah.
He just told it how the way it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Let me ask you something though. Would you drive to Edmonton for a girl or what?
Me?
To Edmonton?
Are you
I
crazy?
probably wouldn't do
I
long.
better drive to Calgary. Like, what the
I
fuck?
don't think I could do LDR.
I don't think I can long
Honestly.
distance. Yeah.
Even Edmonton? Edmonton's like not that far.
Who wants to go to
That's
Edmonton?
3 hours.
Yeah, that's
though.
true though.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Just
with
just
Edmonton.
the
I'm
city
down to
alone.
do LDR, but like it depends.
Yeah,
on
like, what are
where
we gonna do in
you're
Edmonton? Like,
Edmonton?
just come Calgary.
I do California. 'Cause,
Like-
like, yo, if
like
you
if
find
it-
it, you're going to California, bro.
If she lives in like a nice place, that
Like,
then Ziad would do LDR.
Oh,
She
it's
has-
like Chicago? Like, Obed?
Imagine she lives in Lethbridge, bro. Like, who wants to go to Lethbridge?
No, chill. It's not that far.
Medicine
That's
at
an hour drive, right? Hour and a half.
We gotta-
Oh, they're new in Lethbridge, bro.
There's nothing, bro.
Yo, chill. You get to see Shorty, you know?
Oh, the shorty fam.
Yeah. That's Shorty.
fam.
I'm born.
Shorty fam. Yeah, I feel like, and he got into long distance, and they knew that they were long distance. So I just feel like you have to like know that you're going to eventually travel for them. Yo, like one of my homies, his like fiance, like they got married in Vancouver, but his fiance lived in Japan, and he flew to Japan like twice a year just to like
Dang.
see her, like
Damn.
like
How did he decide during COVID? That's like that's
Oh,
such a
Naruto.
right.
that's
And it's like
crazy.
he lives in Canada and she lives in Japan. Like that's great. Like nah, like that's dedication, bro.
What do you say, Joe? What do you say? Say it
No,
loud.
shucks, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
shit.
say it. You know what? I love Naruto. That's all I'm gonna say.
Bro. Okay, so dad's not the asshole, son's the asshole, and low key the mom's an asshole too.
Yeah, I think the mom was just overbearing. Like I think she
Mom's the biggest asshole. If we're gonna be honest, like you know, like why are you being overbearing?
Bro. Yeah, let your child live.
No, I just think she's overprotective. I wouldn't say as an asshole. It's like, hey, you need to let your. He's a peacock. You gotta let him fly. You know, like.
Yeah.
Like push him out. Push out.
Yeah, exactly.
So this one's different. So a lot of the ones that we've been reading, it's either been like everyone's an asshole or they're not the asshole. So this one, Reddit agrees that they are the asshole.
Oh, okay. Let's hear about
So the title of this one is, "Am I the asshole for firing an employee after his parents died?"
Oh fuck.
All right.
Even the title is like.
Yeah, the title's like
Yeah, the title
Yeah.
Up already, bro. Okay, so the OP says, "I'm a VP of sales at a software company, and one of our sales development reps' parents passed away at the beginning of April. Sadly, they were involved in a car accident and lost both their lives. Now, the employee in question is a very young 22-year-old guy who's been with us for about 10 months now. He's a great employee, and we were thinking about promotions in the next 6-ish months for him. His job has a high-paying one for a new grad, about $90K with commission and base. So we expect a lot from his position. But because of the accident, we let him take 1 month of paid leave of absence from work, and he's returned a few weeks ago, and his performance is severely lacking. He's super unmotivated, not cold calling, outreaching to prospects for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and enough since he's come back. Our whole management team has noticed this, and we've decided to let him go because we feel like he'd need months and months to be able to produce again, and we just can't wait that long. We called him into a meeting on Friday afternoon and gave him the bad news. He was very calm and rude about it. He told us to go fuck ourselves and got up and went to his desk and grabbed his few things and left. I thought this was very, very unprofessional and rude.
I can't blame the guy.
I told my boyfriend all about this, and he said myself and the management team are a bunch of asses and pricks with no hearts.
Facts.
Am I the asshole?
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, because you could even tell that the person was trying to word it in a way where it was like, yeah, we were trying to understand. Like, no, like fam, like, you know,
His parents died.
parents
dog.
died.
like,
Yeah,
yo,
bro.
have some empathy,
Empathy,
fam.
And it's not like they died of an old age or it was expected. They died
It
in a
was-
fucking car crash,
Yeah,
bro.
Honestly, yeah.
Sudden and quick. Like,
Yeah.
like, what do you expect from him on his side?
And they
That's so fucked up.
didn't even try to help him. They didn't say like, oh, do you need these
The
resources?
only
and
sympathy
stuff?
they gave him was 1 month, and they didn't do anything
1
for him. They
month.
just gave him some time to be
Yeah,
alone.
even when they noticed that like they had
That's actually fucked.
like lower, what did they say? What was it? Like his performance like went down. They didn't offer like any support.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Any help.
Yeah.
Even like because they knew what happened. Like
Yeah,
they gave him the month.
there's a
off.
reason why those performances low.
And especially when you take a month off, when you take like a long time off work, when you come back, your performance isn't going to be the same.
Oh, no,
Exactly.
'cause,
yeah.
Like you need to like ease your way back into work,
Back into
like,
where you
get
were
back
before.
into the groove and stuff.
Yeah.
And then did they say how long after he came back they fired him?
2-3 weeks, bro.
2-3. Yo,
what the fuck?
come
yeah,
on, man.
dude, like
like no.
Nah.
So that's like
Asshole.
8 weeks. Around 8 weeks, like 2 months
that's not enough time to mourn. That's
from the
not
car
enough time to
accident.
mourn.
His parents
yeah.
dying. Who gets over like their parents' death in 2
Yeah.
months?
I'm saying.
Like no.
No.
Assholes.
Asshole.
Yeah,
Asshole. I give it asshole.
And
yeah.
like, what's crazy is that they're like, oh yeah, we gave him a month leave, so like he's gonna be good after that. Like, no,
Yeah,
like,
but did you talk to him? Like, did you ask if he's okay? Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yo, it's
like this guy's parents died, bro. How do you expect someone to get over their parents' death in 2 months and then just be like, yo, I'm down to grind some work?
That's
you know what I mean?
also on the company's fault though for not.
Shit Lawrence would do.
like low key, like I get into a car accident and I die, bro. And Lawrence will take
I have
like,
a shift tomorrow.
Damn,
I have to be up at 9 first.
yeah, bro. Like y'all be talking at the funeral, bro, and she'll be like, fuck, I gotta shift that bell at 11, bro.
It's gotta be at South
What
Street.
do I say,
down the
bro?
line after though?
It's gotta be at South Street, bro. Fuck. Queen would love this burger.
Show a little high key.
okay, who wants his deals though?
His tears would be seasoning the burger, bro.
Yo, like high key, like
No.
I feel like our friend group, like just in general, would like totally laugh after someone's funeral, bro. I, like, but like high key we would like, but
For those who can't be here.
Yo, it's so fun. We would. Oh
like
my
if I died, bro, you guys would just be running Bowser Jimmo at the end of the night, bro.
Bowser, Ike, Wolf.
We're so fucked. We're so fucked.
I think for the win.
And then whoever won, anything for the dog.
For Kuya, for Kuya.
for Kuya.
No, yo, I'm gonna be honest. Like, yo, I don't want to get dark or anything, but if somebody in our group dies, I wouldn't be able to play Smash again. Dead ass.
Yeah, I think
It'd be really hard.
be really
I think
weird.
it'd be tough.
Yeah,
I
it'd
think
be tough.
Because that's our bonding time.
Yeah,
so
I'm
like,
saying.
so like just being associated with someone's death, it's like it would be like really hard for me to kind of get back into it. Yeah.
true.
No, that's that. Yeah, no, I get that. But like,
Multiverse.
yo, like Lawrence, like I can just imagine him be like, fuck. I got shift at 11, bro. What am I supposed to tell my manager, bro? Am I supposed to call in, bro? Yeah, I don't know. I just think that they're assholes.
Yeah, I think most of us agree. Yeah.
Yes.
I think it's also on the company for not, like, if they knew he was going to be out for an extended period of time, you know,
Yeah.
like, should have backfilled his position, and then...
Yo, why'd you laugh, bro? That was my mom's sneeze, bro.
I was about to say bless you, bro.
No.
Why'd you look at me?
No, because you laughed, bro.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like a lot of companies nowadays are a little bit more lenient with that
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
Yeah,
especially, like when
like,
people die.
Also, I
but-
think there's a lot of social pressure because a lot of mental health thing is kind of like putting on social media. So they're like, oh,
yeah, especially after COVID, for
yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, and I think like I can imagine that even like people higher ups kind of like have this sense of empathy, like, oh fuck, like this job sucks. Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
sucks to be
yeah.
working all the time.
Yeah.
Mikey, though, a lot of that mental health stuff, it is all to make them look good, you know? Like,
You know, yeah, the Bell Let's
Oh,
Talk
yeah,
shit,
no,
yeah, it's
100%.
absolutely.
Bell, let's talk. Come on, they don't want to talk, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, they want your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. They say Bella's talk, and then Lawrence shows up to his 11 a.m. shift after one of us dies, bro.
Bell, let's talk. Yo, chill, bro. I need a day off.
I'm pretty sure that hashtag just used to generate revenue. Like, unfortunately, like profiting off mental health and shit. Yeah. So.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, good episode. I mean,
Last story.
oh, psych! Just
Last
kidding.
one.
This one's a.
No,
Are you not having fun, Jason?
I'm having a. I thought. Sorry, you said you were done.
Okay,
I heard. That's what I heard.
Okay, last one. This is like pretty spicy too.
Oh,
This is the one that Vince told. Vince sent me.
Spicy.
Okay, am I the asshole for telling my wife it's not cute to encourage our teenage daughter to expect her boyfriend to pay for everything in their relationship?
Oh, I think we talked about this in the past.
We
though.
did.
Yeah.
We did.
So
This is a callback to UGA, one of UGH's
probably
first
episode 1. I think.
I think episode
Right?
1,
Yeah,
First
about like,
episode.
hey, who should pay for the day argument? Yeah.
All right, this is a reminder, baby. Okay, here's the story. Wife and I have been married for 18 years, and our 16-year-old daughter, who has been dating a slightly shy, awkward young man for 3 to 4 months now. He seems very nervous around my daughter and has admitted in a passing comment here and there to my wife that he can't believe she agreed to date him, and he thinks she's way out of his league. He seems very respectful, just shy. Oh, that's cute, man.
Oh, he's social awkward. You got no riz.
No riz.
No riz. That's fine.
22-year-old virgin in the other story.
No. He finally got her.
I know what you're thinking, Joe.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Okay, read the story.
Okay. My wife is usually an independent, awesome woman, and her ideals align closely with mine, and mine particularly in terms of feminism and equality. Let's go. We have both driven to raise our daughter to be as independent and as capable as possible. Since my daughter has been dating this kid, my wife has changed considerably and has given our daughter advice that has left me with raised brows more than once. Some of the advice I've heard my wife give is, oh, it's cute for boys to pay for everything, especially in your first relationship. Or, oh, honey, don't worry about that. He can pay for you. If he really liked you, he would. Oh, brother.
Yeah,
And
we all have a
similar
feeling about
things like
that.
that.
Yeah.
Manipulation.
I've tried to balance this out by telling my daughter straight away, 2 people in a partnership should be contributing equally.
Give
Go.
and take. Yeah.
Go. And my personal favorite, if someone asks if they can take you out to dinner, it's reasonable to expect them to pay.
Yeah,
Exactly what
and
we
yeah,
said,
and that's the argument we put out.
That's how
Yeah.
we said,
But if someone asks you to grab dinner with them, it's reasonable to split the payment. I figured that would be an easy way for a young person to understand the difference. That's goated.
Yeah.
However, I've noticed my daughter becoming more and more entitled with her boyfriend's money. They haven't been anywhere, obviously, since we're home, but by the way that she talks about him, oh, I'll just ask him to pay for X, etc., leaves a bad taste in my mouth. She's also flippantly bragged or mentioned that she gets him to buy gift cards for her, etc., by mentioning her mother's advice. Example, if you really liked me, you pay for
She's
a
modeling
Roblox
behavior
gift
after the
card.
mother's like ideologies and shit. Yeah.
I spoke to my
Roblox
wife.
gift card.
Yeah, Roblox gift card.
How old are these kids?
No. I was just making an example.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo eShop gift card.
At Nintendo eShop.
Xbox Live.
Daniel
I
Pass.
spoke to my wife privately and told her my concerns. She insists it's a rite of passage for girls, and it's cute that she should feel a
What
guy
the
is
fuck?
completely spoiling her. I told her that it's not cute to be thinking it's acceptable to view relationships as personal ATMs, and my wife became very angry with me and is now calling me an asshole with a lot of hostility.
I mean, I think our opinions of relationships, like relationships are not transactional, they're communal. Like the whole, I've always been about that. I stand by that. Like I actually have a problem with the whole like, oh, like I'm a princess, you need to pay for shit. Like you're a common girl, shut the fuck up. I don't care. Like it's literally give and take. Like you can like, of course we can complain about like talk about wage gaps, whatever. Yes, I can understand that whole situation, but just as a two couple alone, it takes give and take. You can't treat your partner like an ATM, like a commodity. Like I've been very like upfront. with that.
And it makes sense, and it's like it makes sense because like they're 16, bro. Like you need to teach them that like it's good to teach them values like that earlier. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's it's the first relationship. He should pay for everything.
It doesn't matter.
So, but you're learning from that relationship too.
But he's 16 too. Like this man like probably doesn't have like a job.
Yeah, bro. This guy probably work at McDonald's, bro.
Probably sweating in the
Because like it's gonna affect both of them. Because then like that guy's gonna grow up thinking like woman will only love me by pay, and then that woman's gonna be like, oh, older men, they're just supposed to pay for me. That's their job as a man. I was like, dude, if you're gonna try to eliminate roles like gender roles, then you guys have some integrity. Like I'm not gonna stand by this.
100%.
I'm not.
So if we're gonna talk about like the kind of story with feminism, like pure feminism is equality, you know, and that's not equal in a sense. Like a relationship isn't 50-50. I don't care what anyone tells. It's not 50-50. It's 100-100. It's not in a sense where like, well, just because one person does one half, another person has to do another half. It should be, I tried doing this to the best of my ability, so it's okay, you know, because I'm gonna try to do this to the best of my ability.
Yeah.
It's not like always like, oh, you have to do this. Yeah, I have $20. You know, we're gonna split 10-10. Like, sometimes, you know, maybe the person doesn't have the 10. You know.
Yeah, it's circumstances.
Like,
circumstances. Yeah, I
That's
can
what I'm saying
agree with
in
that.
that
I can agree
sense.
with that. Yeah.
In
Because
that
like,
sense,
especially because the father was saying how they raised their daughter to be independent, so she has some sense of self-sufficiency, right?
Yeah.
If she was like, okay, like maybe I would justify if like the family was really poor and he just happened to be wealthy and was offering, sure, I would let that slide, kinda, but not even. I'm just like, yo, like just treating someone like a product. I don't know.
like an ATM, literally like an ATM, like
like an ATM.
It's definitely like ATM, and then like for her too, like a lot of guys are gonna get like the fucking, I hate saying this fucking word, but the ick. But they're gonna get the ick, and they're gonna look at her as like fucking like I'm fucking saying it like a whore, bro. Straight up.
Yeah, because
like a fucking
well, that's the
thought.
thing is that like they have this assumption they're gonna see as they're gonna reaffirm that belief of an object because they're paying for it. But like no, like that shouldn't be that way.
She's you know what's funny about that? She's actually objectifying herself.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like
it's actually funny.
Because like that's my whole counter argument. Like sure, if you can expect men to pay for it, but you yourself are making yourself a commodity. Like you're not actually, instead of telling like, you know, like, oh, I'm a princess, expect men to do better. Would you rather have a man that's like actually emotionally healthy and actually brings up to the table and actually like be smart and emotionally intelligent, or just pays for shit and he's a shitty human being?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
I definitely agree.
And also like how
You're so hot when you talk about stuff like this. I'm sorry.
no,
Riz.
fuck, bro. I will fight.
No, but
No, for real, like at first, like when I was younger, I was like, and again, like I guess feminism is just a word. It means different things to different people.
Yeah.
But especially this new wave of femininity of like it actually does piss me off a little bit. Where it's like women are morally good, men can they can do no wrong, and then men are morally evil. It's like, dude, that depends on the circumstance.
Yeah.
Like I fucking hate that because then I see a lot of women in like do a lot of problematic behaviors and not really like, hey, like understand, like sure, if you want to say men are trash, I don't care. I'm used to male bashing, but that doesn't mean that you are automatically a morally good person.
Morally good person.
Like,
but it's funny because like old wave feminism was always about like this is like going off topic, but old wave feminism was always about being equal, having rights, like generally
because they couldn't vote, they
couldn't vote,
couldn't open a bank account, like, and that makes sense. Like that was the whole point of the femininity movement.
Of course, and it's good that they finally got that now. But now with new wave feminism, it's like they don't want you to be equal anymore. They want more like Thanos, you know, like they just want to take it to everything. Like fuck, man. Like they want to snap fingers and like have men as fucking dogs.
Yeah,
Shout out to
like,
Brownie.
Like one of the phrases they use.
Hey, Bosco, yeah.
Oh, if he really liked you, he would. I fucking hate that shit. Because it's like you're expecting him to like treat you
I kinda
like
cringe,
a literal queen. Like we want him to be your servant.
Yeah.
So like, imagine like it gets to the point where she asks him to buy something, and he's like, "Oh no, I can't. I don't have the money for it."
But if he loved
then
it,
that starts a fight in the relationship.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Well, the thing is, like, I guess my question for that whole like feminist ideology: are you trying to dismantle patriarchy, or are you trying to establish a matriarchy? Because like that's
two different things.
Yeah, they're two different things. I can support of like dismantling the patriarchy again with that whole argument, but if you're trying to make like, oh, men are evil slaves and they're supposed to do that, then fuck you. Like, I'll give you a big middle finger. I don't care. Like, I'm not negotiating that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
And also on the wife though, how she was saying like, oh, it's cute for like a man to pay blah blah blah, but the guy was saying, or her husband was saying, yeah, they've raised their daughter in the ways of like feminism and being like independent and stuff. You're kind of being a hypocrite at that point. And
Yeah, you're going back on your word.
Yeah,
Like,
trying to make feminism work for in your advantage. It's not really like staying true to what it actually is.
no
which
integrity.
is what you
no
guys said.
integrity.
Yeah,
Be
I don't know.
equal.
I feel bad for like OP because like he.
I was looking at Ziad, bro.
Yo, I didn't even laugh at that.
That's because this guy reacted to it.
Okay. Anyways,
Say.
I feel bad for OP because like again he was like he was saying like yeah like we strive to teach our daughter like new wave feminism and stuff like that, and you know, and he expected his wife to kind of be on the same page with him, right? And then all of a sudden his wife just kind of switches up and it's like, oh, like it's her first relationship, this and that. But it's like you teach her that stuff early on, then it's like
To repeat it.
Especially in the first relationship, like that.
Yeah.
That shit sticks with you. 'Cause you know what they say, then you never forget your first.
I know it's kind of fucked up, but like,
What did you say? Your first won't be your last.
I know it's kind of fucked up, but like, when my mom was telling me when I got my first girlfriend, she literally told me, I was like, your first girlfriend is your training wheels. And like, I know it sounds so fucked up, but she was saying like, most first relationships don't last. Not to like, for any high schoolers dating, I'm so sorry, but like, usually most relationships that are first, and like, again, there are some sweethearts that dated and went towards whatever.
Hands forever for the rest of
Yeah, they shook hands forever, and
Look each other in the eyes.
yeah, but
Never
like
took
a
off
lot
the
of times,
training wheels.
the experience you have for your first relationship kind of transforms to the next, into the next, into the next, and that impression of like, oh, this is how I should play my role as a woman, that the man pays, and as a man, I'm supposed to pay for everything. Like that affects future relationships, like causing more problems in the future and shit.
You know, it's funny. This is not even a hot take thinking about it now, but man, like the key words, like especially because you said it, like the whole thing with her saying, "Oh, it's just the first relationship," right? The key word in that is first relationship, right?
That's 2 words.
Or the key word,
Phrase,
sorry,
yeah,
the key phrase,
yeah. No, I got
the key phrase.
You said first relationship.
Okay,
Oh,
mister, I want to be right.
first
Okay, you want to be right? Okay, here, talk. No, you want to talk? Okay, then shut up. Then. Okay, the key phrase is first relationship, right?
Yeah.
Which is like, in that sense, like the mom kind of like expects her to be a whore in the sense, because like it's the first relationship. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's your first relationship. Don't worry, you'll be in a fucking many more.
Yeah.
In that sense. You know, like, and it's whatever.
You're 16, bro.
And like that's even
true.
okay. Even that,
She
like,
is
let's
16,
exclude that. Let's just say the first relationship's whatever. She said
Yeah.
it's okay. You know, like guys are supposed to do this. Use that quote as like a thing. Oh, like if he loved you, he really would.
Yeah.
So that just assuming that he
he
wants,
loved you, he would buy you a
she
Rolex
wants her
card.
daughter to be a gold digger.
yeah, man. Like,
Yeah.
Instilling.
Period.
That's queen.
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely think that we all have the same stance on this, where it's like,
true.
especially with like the new wave feminism, it gets a little scary, like when, just like people teach their kids like that, and they come to expect that stuff, and like a lot of people teach that relationships are more of like a transaction rather than a give and take.
Yeah.
Or not like a give and take. It's more like a compromise. Or what was the word that you used, Jason? It's
I don't know. Me
you were like transactional.
oh, it takes 2 to tango.
Communal.
Yeah. Communal.
Communal,
Like,
yeah.
relationships are communal rather than transactional, and I think a lot of people, especially like the more like extreme feminists, like just don't understand that, and it's like and it makes me uncomfortable, especially thinking about like how people genuinely think that, and it's just like, yo.
But if you
I feel
disagree with them, you're
bad,
misogynist.
bro.
That's remember that.
Yeah, I feel bad
Because we're scared of assertive women. That's what the reason is, right?
I'm scared of assertive women, and
Could you imagine if?
because they're gonna cancel me, bro.
No, you're not gonna say the thing. Oh, he's insecure. He doesn't know what he wants. Go get him, girl. Oh, yeah.
Yes, queen, you can fix him.
Blah.
That
blah,
actually
blah.
happens though. That actually happens.
That's what it is. It's the same thing. They have literally the only one thing they can say, and like a lot of guys don't argue because we're not argumentative. Like guys are like, fuck it. There's no point in arguing with a woman in that sense.
Well,
They're just-
I guess just a person that has their like has very stubborn with their beliefs, like you know what I mean. But sorry, go.
But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
but in that sense,
Yeah,
I know
like-
what you mean. I know what you
yeah,
mean.
'cause you're-
But in that sense, I'm just saying like, some feminists were like the toxic feminism. In that
Yeah.
sense. It's always like that. They always say like, oh, it's it's insecure. You don't know what you want. You're just you just don't.
Just say you hate women.
You say
and-
hate women, yeah, that's like the big-
that
that's
kind
the
of,
big
that
thing.
argument. It's like
Yeah, which is what it is. But
we don't hate women, man. We just don't want to pay for everything.
yeah, like I like like I can I can understand the argument of like not.
less of a man for not wanting to pay for stuff. Like,
True.
Come on.
that's gender role though.
Yeah,
That's our
I'm
gender
just
role.
broke.
Sucks.
Like, that's
Yeah. Because, like, I get the argument, like, okay, maybe you don't want someone to objectify you. You want someone to value you unconditionally. Cool. That makes sense. But that's just a human nature thing of trying, like, to be loved and appreciated. Yeah. When you're equating a man's value to, like, how much money he can pay, then you're essentially just doing the same thing. I'm not saying it's the same situation in terms of the quality and power balance, but it's like when you treat someone like an object of, like, their value based on something that's out of their control sometimes, then, I don't know, to me, you're just a piece of shit. Like,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
True.
Two wrongs don't make it right.
do wrongs don't make it right.
Yeah. That was our last story. A lot of our stories like covered like work and gender roles and like standards and stuff like that, and people just being fucking idiots.
Yeah.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I actually really enjoyed this episode. Like, some of these stories are really interesting for sure.
Yeah,
Makes you think.
Yeah, it makes you think.
Makes you think.
for
A
sure.
lot of these stories like I related to personally.
Yeah.
Oh, especially the
helped me, like,
work
create a
ones.
standard.
The work ones,
The
yeah, the
work
work
Yeah,
ones.
yeah, like the work ones, or like even like just being petty in general. Like it made me kind of like tune in and be like, damn, like Loki, like I'd be worse than that.
Yeah, I would probably do a lot worse.
I can't probably do a lot worse.
I would do a lot worse, to be honest. So.
Everyone has that petty nature.
The evil side in them, yo,
Yeah.
it's yo, man.
I think I relate more to like the 100
Yeah.
bodies, man. Like that really got to me.
All right, let's edit that.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Let us know in the comments what your guys' favorite story was and what you would have done in that situation. Are people in these stories the asshole? Is Zizo an asshole for calling that guy a 22-year-old virgin and completely arresting him?
No, bro.
We're keeping it again. We're keeping it again.
It's on the record.
Yo, man, like with some risk.
So, spam in the comments for the win.
Bye.
It's 22-year-old virgin.
Guys, thank you for tuning in.
Bye.
Peace, peace.